Hello there. How is it going today? Welcome to another episode of the Broad Points Podcast. I am your host, the broad that points, the broad with the points. It's me, Tyler, the lady. To start off today, I want to bring you a very special message. It is a glow stick must be broken before it can shine. Yes, there are times in this life where we feel, I'm using this word specifically, feel as though we are broken. Yeah, really, truly, it's a part of life. Honestly, at some point in your life, you will feel broken. If you have not already. If you haven't already, I mean, great for you. But there always seems to be at least one moment where life pushes us past that bending point and pushes us into the breakage, right? And it's okay. I believe that it's just a part of life. We need to normalize living. We need to normalize feelings and sharing feelings and thoughts and knowing that we are not alone. You are not alone. Additionally, with this, I do believe that we should jump into the fundamental phrase for the week. This week's fundamental phrase is, some days you just have to create your own sunshine. Yes, you guys, some days we just have to create our own sunshine. Not every single day on this planet, no matter where you are, is sunny every day. Emotionally, it is also maybe not sunny every single day, even if you do have a higher percentage of actually sunny days on the planet. Truly, emotionally, it's a roller coaster. We can regulate our feelings and our emotions the best that we can. However, life is still going to happen, and so some days we really do just have to find the light for ourselves. We have to create our own sunshine. What do I mean by this? Well, be the change that you wish to see in the world. Yes! If something does not exist and you have an idea, you have an opportunity to create it for yourself, for others. Musically, I have been just having a great time. We had a friend come into town, and I do layering and play around with my vocals on my computer pretty often. I don't always do it on my phone because you could just record one layer. Or that's what I thought until my friend came into town and he showed me that I could actually add a second layer on my phone, which just makes my life a little bit easier. I don't know about you, but recording song ideas sometimes, it can be a little cumbersome when you think, oh, I got to get my laptop out and make sure the thing's plugged in and that my mouse is charged and all of these things, elements, variables, if you will, start to stack up and they can feel overwhelming. However, there's always a lesson to be learned. There is always someone that can teach you, and this is why socializing is so important, because through socializing, lessons can be learned and taught, and collaboration can exist. The more that we speak about the things that we want to do in this world, the more often we will come into contact with people who are on a similar path, with people who maybe have similar goals and possibly would like to collaborate with you. So don't rob yourself of the opportunity. It is so important to speak about our dreams and to chase them. We've got to chase the dreams down, because without actual pursuit of one's dreams, They remain dreams instead of the beauty that can exist on this planet if we apply ourselves to said dreams. Dream on, everybody, dream on. So with this, I was doing a guided run the other day. I really, honestly, I think I might have mentioned it before. I love a good guided run. Sometimes I'll just be so in my head thinking about how I just want to quit and I don't have any more in me. And before I know it, I'm just absolutely gassed on my solo runs. Guided runs really are fun because they make me think that I'm calm the entire time. It's almost like playing a little bit of a trick on yourself. It's the best. So I'm doing this guided run recently, and the coach is talking to me about what brings you joy. And the act of focusing on things that bring me joy amidst running allows me to dissociate from all of the physical sensations that I might be feeling and instead tap into my mental space to really allow me to set the landscape of what is going on with me. And so I bring this question to you because in honor of the fundamental phrase of how the heck do we create our own sunshine, this is such a fun trick. And it's asking yourself, what brings you joy? Right? Think of you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Guess what? You decide what your sunshine is. You can choose to bring your sunshine, your things that bring you joy, to the forefront of your mind by asking yourself questions. Ooh, I love questions. Questions are the best. I know they say curiosity killed the cat, but I mean, I'm loving questions. I love staying curious about things and really allowing myself to walk a positive path, an upbeat path, one that doesn't make me feel like when I'm running, I'm just going to curl over and die. So I ask you, what brings you joy in nature? Right? We can ask ourselves simply, what brings us joy? And you can go off on that. Maybe you would like something to be more narrowed down. What brings you joy in nature? Well, for myself, I love the sunshine. I love clouds. I love sunrises. I love sunsets, specifically with clouds, because then you just get some of the most beautiful layering and lights that you could ever ask for. The stars bring me joy. The trees, any kinds of trees. I love to just look at trees and marvel at how old they are, how tall they are, how green they are, what kind of leaves they have. It just, I'm getting excited just thinking about it. And water. Water brings me joy. It's hilarious that water brings me so joy. Maybe it actually brings me more joy now that I live in the desert because it's not readily available for me to just go and see. You know, if I'm going to see it here, it's like a little man-made pond or, a pool. It's not really like the ocean or a river or a lake. All of these things bring me joy. So think about in nature, what brings you joy? Maybe nature's not for you. Although nature is a good one, I will say, just for grounding purposes, because it's always there. Always going to be there. There's something in nature. So choosing things to, I'll say, ground down with in your joy, nature is a really fun one. Let's do another one. What music brings you joy? Right? Maybe it's something that you like to sing along to. Maybe it's something that you like to dance along to. Maybe it's something that you just like to hum or whistle to. There are so many different things that can bring you joy. I have a wide range of music that brings me joy. And honestly, since my friend taught me how to do the layering, I've been writing a song, I would say pretty consistently actually, on my phone. It's called Unhindered. We're going to get to that at some point, but it's coming along really well. I'm having just such a blast playing with my vocals. The joy that it brings me. Another question that you can ask yourself is, what people bring me joy? What people bring you joy? It could be your partner. It could be a family member. It could be somebody that works at your local sandwich shop, whom you love to see and talk to, and he makes the best sandwiches. Shout out to my sandwich guy. There are so many things in this world that can bring you joy, that bring me joy. And, when we're not feeling the happiest, when we're not feeling the most joyful, we have the opportunity to bring the things that give us joy to the forefront of our mind. And speaking of playing tricks on ourselves, even if you don't want to ask that question, one of the simplest things that you can do to start reworking your brain chemistry is putting on a smile. No joke. Seriously. By smiling, it tricks our brains into thinking that we are happy. And from there, we can actually start to get that snowball effect in a positive direction. Because we want that snowball to turn into a snowman because it brings us joy. Seriously, just little tricks to play on yourself to think that you're happy. I'm not saying that, you got to do this all the time or don't feel your feelings, because that is important too. However, from time to time, we have to compartmentalize. We have to move forward. It's not effective to just stay down forever. If you're just staying down, you're basically just in your grave. You're not doing anything. That's not what we're going for. And so it's important to recognize alternate perspectives. Yes, there are alternative perspectives. There are alternative viewpoints than the one that you are currently viewing your life from in this moment. I've gone through the 7 levels. You can actually view from any of those 7 levels at any given time. All you have to do is ask yourself. And I like to say, take a walk. Take a walk. Both physically, because movement, really, honestly, motion is the lotion. Movement allows not only your body to move, but the stress chemicals within your body to move. Yes, our physical, our emotional, it is all connected. And so by physically going for a walk, it also allows the time to process things. Maybe you're having a heated discussion that you don't want to respond to right now. Guess what? You don't have to. Say, let's table this. Let's come back in 10 minutes. Let's come back in 20 minutes. I need overnight to think about this. Just give me some time, please. Once you have a future time set up, you can allow your mind to run wild while you walk. You don't have to run. Not everybody is running. I have been running a little bit more on and off. We do what we can. We do what we can. But meet yourself where you are in this moment. Honor yourself and your journey without the comparison to other people and what they may or may not be doing. Also, take a walk in other people's shoes. It's not always a bad thing to go outside of yourself and think of it from someone else's perspective. The level 4 of energy actually is of being of service, and so that one is a great one to think of for being in other people's shoes, because it is, how is this going to benefit others? How am I being of service for others in this moment? And so by allowing ourselves to walk in other people's shoes, we can find comfort in our own shoes. And maybe, just maybe, we can find acceptance with ourselves. We can find authenticity within ourselves. Isn't that the goal? Isn't that what we all want? We just want to be happy with ourselves and happy with the people that we have gathered around us. Because truly, in everything that we do, we must build community around it. I've been doing this Mediterranean lifestyle course, and in addition to the nutrition side of things, the food side of things, making sure to incorporate, fish and olive oil, stuff like that, more beans, legumes, if you will. Instead, they also have key factors like movement Yes, movement, going for a walk. It's just a natural part of the Mediterranean lifestyle is you go for a walk and you socialize. Yes, they socialize at dinner. Oh my goodness. At dinner, they talk to each other. They're not all on their phones. They're not like, no, they talk to each other. It's so beautiful. Just being able to grow ourselves, our lives, our goals by sharing. Sharing. Who knew? Speaking of sharing, if you are looking for more comfortable shoes in this journey of life, let me tell you about Xero Shoes. I love Xero Shoes. They are a barefoot minimalist shoe with a zero-drop sole. What does that mean, do you ask? Well, it means that there is no elevation in the heel, so you do not feel as though you are walking on your tiptoes. You are balanced throughout the entirety of your foot. They also have a wide toe box, which means you can spread your toes, you can grip the earth. I love Xero Shoes. They have a 5,000-mile warranty, so if you don't like your shoes, they fall apart on you, which I have not had happen with any of my Xero shoes, you could send them back and be like, hey guys, what's going on with these shoes? I love my Xero shoes. I have so many. I've got the more athletic pairs. I've got some HFSs. I've got some of the 360s. Lots of different shoes. I also have, we'll call them dressier shoes. I've got my white leather Dillons. I have my brown leather Breckenridge boots. And I also have some black Tari boots, some slip-on little boots. Everybody has these Chelsea boots. You can get Chelsea boots in Xero Shoes. I love them. My feet love them. I'm much happier. I feel way stronger. I used to have horrible plantar fasciitis. I did. I had a bout of it before I started on Xero Shoes. It was awful. It'd go into my calves. It would just completely cripple me, and I would not be able to walk. I would not be able to stand. I would have to sit there, massaging my foot, resting my foot, trying to heal. Now, my feet are strong enough that I do not have to do that anymore. I'm constantly using the muscles in my feet so they are not atrophying on me. You use it or you lose it, which is why I love Xero Shoes, is because they allow me to have my full range of motion, my full engagement of my muscles. Xero Shoes. If you want to buy a pair for yourself and simultaneously pay me, use my Xero affiliate link. It is Xero with an X. xeroshoes.com/go/Tyler the Lady. Now, if you would like to follow me, you would like to reach out, you would like to say some nice words, please find me on social media at Broadpoints or at Tyler the Lady. And let's just say, maybe perhaps social media is not for you. Maybe you're taking a break from social media. Maybe you just want another way to reach out to me because you'd like to send a long letter that you can make sure that Grammarly is attached to so that all of your punctuation and verbiage makes sense. You can email me, broadpointspodcast@gmail.com. Now, shall we wrap this week's episode up with that fundamental phrase just one more time? Some days, you just have to create your own sunshine.